Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. Little throwback sound effect there. Forgot all about that. I had yeah, that's my alumni. You know what I mean? Appreciate everyone joining us here. Let me move some stuff around there on my screen. There we go. Guys, mostly green bubbles this morning. Solana getting an absolute tear up, hitting a new all-time high. Solana up about 4.9% right now. Nothing major, but it did hit a new high, $239 right now, currently what it's sitting at. Looking at Bitcoin. Look at that Bitcoin here. And we just move it over. Guys, we talked about this level yesterday. It was resistance. We broke. You see, as soon as it broke, big candle straight up, right? And then it hits into our 786. We got a break above it, pulls back in. Nope, comes over, retest, and now we're back, coming back up into it there, making a little cup and handle, little tiny cup and handle there for maybe another move to the upside. I think it's looking pretty decent. We're seeing a lot of wicking, wicking going on there at the bottom, guys, and that means buying pressure absorbing that sell-off of that candle coming down. So we're going to break into all that. Also, just got some data just came out right now at the top of the hour. As soon as we opened to go live, it happened. It is the Michigan Consumer Sentiment coming in pretty low right now. Guys, it came in at 55.4. So we'll talk about what does that mean. Take a look at the Bitcoin charts. Take a look at Solana. Take a look at some altcoins. And then also a big question of the day. How close are we to alt season? We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. It's Friday. You guys know what time it is. Get your coffee. Take a seat. Get your notebook out. If you're over on the other side of the planet, grab a beer. It's okay. We're going to get this thing going. Class is in session. See you on the other side. All right, guys. Welcome to the Morning Market Report. Appreciate all of you guys being here. Let's go ahead and bring up OC. I want to talk today about some of the price action that we're seeing on other alts, because really, if you think about the top 50, that's what the alt season really is based on the metric that I use. It's looking at the top 50. But will there be some movement on some of the other tokens? I think there will be, but I think you're really at that point playing whack-a-mole. You should just focus on the top 50, in my opinion. You're going if you're going to make some money in alts, focus on the top 50. Period. Right. All of the other stuff, I'm hoping for my 1,000x token lottery ticket. That's what that is, in my opinion. So, but Friday, OC, it's Friday. How are you doing today? How you feeling about the market? What do you think about Solana's new all-time high? And you got any plans today? You got any plans this weekend?
Such as plans, not much, but I do have, we're gonna be gaming tonight, and all I heard right now is longing meme coins, right? Is that it?
And that is it for OC on the show today, guys. No, do not
And
just let it be
gunshots
that.
were heard.
You know what? Sure, absolutely. Long all the meme coins. Just make sure you use a stop loss.
Well,
That's the only thing. Use a stop loss. You can
yeah, we can
trade whatever you want as long as you got a plan for risk management, man. That's okay.
$5 on every meme coin. I mean, I might get the lottery ticket. That could
It's
be
true.
it. Yeah.
It's true. It's very true. You never know. You got any plans? You said something about a game. What game?
Mhm. Well, I still don't know. We're gonna be waiting for the community today, 8 p.m. MST. We're gonna be having after the late show. We're gonna be having a gaming session. We have the Xbox Game Pass. So, guys, if you want to join, you just need to go get an Xbox Game Pass. Xbox is not a sponsor, but Xbox. If you're listening, you know what to do. And then,
As I
we're
sit
gonna
in
be
my
drinking
house
everything.
full of everything made by Apple. Just say it.
Oh, have you seen the new Apple launch? Are you gonna get the new iPhone?
The Bitcoin orange iPhone.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not enough changes in this phone for me to be excited about it. I have a 16. I'm not that excited about the 17 yet. Yeah, no, I'm good.
No?
I'm good.
All right.
I'll wait. I'm good. I'll wait. Yeah. So yeah, I've got today. I'm going to Italy. You ever heard of Italy?
Yeah, I think so. The country?
No, Italy, Italy.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, got it. So I
it's
was.
a it's
Have
a
you really
grocery
traveled like this?
store. It's a grocery store. Um,
Uh-huh.
it's all Italian stuff. It's pretty awesome. Here, let me jump over
Oh,
here. Let me put this on dark mode because I don't want to like blind everybody. But then we'll jump into that Bitcoin chart. But yeah, so it's a restaurant. They have a restaurant and all that in there. They do private dining there. They do catering, but they have the market and the market. I stumbled across this totally on accident. Yeah, see, they got like all of the different all the different
ooh.
seafoods and meats. And I mean, look at these cuts, man. Nice marbling going on there, bakery, fresh pasta. Yeah. So anyway, there's there's a thing on YouTube and it's chefs judging and um picking the like frozen burgers or frozen pizza, stuff like that, right? And they have to go, oh, I think I know which one this is, or yeah, this is horrible. Don't ever eat this. The winner on the hot dog one for hot dogs and the winner on frozen hamburgers was both from a company called Snake River Farms, and they're an American Wagyu company ranch, right? And so I was like, okay, I got to find these hot dogs. Evidently, the Wagyu beef hot dogs and natural casing that they have are amazing, and their frozen burgers. When the guy was one of the chefs was talking about it, he made the comment. Um, so he made the comment about the burger. He go, well, I won't even put Snake River Farms in that same category. It's just totally separate. So looking at the rest of it, and like these are frozen burgers, right? So I was like, okay, I got to find Snake River Farms. The only place that has it is this grocery store here in Dallas called Italy, and I'd seen it before. It's at the mall that I go to, but yeah, I should have known that that's where it would be at because this mall has, um, they got Versace and Louis Vuitton and like all the big stores. So figured that's
Mm.
what this grocery store would be. But I'm going over there today to look for Snake River Farms frozen hamburgers and Snake River Farms hot dogs. And then I'm going to get some fresh pasta. I'm going to get probably some new olive oils. They have a whole selection of olive oil. And then some stuff from the bakery. And then, of course, some sweet treats because I'm a fat kid and I like my sweets. So, but yeah, Italy. So we're going
I
to go check it
love
out.
sweets, brother.
Bro, I'm gonna buy some of them steaks too, I think. But yeah, in order for me to be able to afford all that stuff, I need Bitcoin to go up. So let's talk about Bitcoin, OC. I appreciate everyone being here this morning. You guys are awesome. Big shout out in the chat to Melissa, JR, Orhan. Good morning, kings and queens. Pump it up. You got it. You got it. Crypto Billy's in here with us. JR, Robert Mulligan, Harp. And who else do we have? We got anybody else in here? Wix Wi-Fi 89, 2 Dubs in here with us. Appreciate that. And Donato Cabrera. Man, did I miss everybody else here? Harp. There we go. Harp. And I think I got most of you. There's not a whole lot here. Oh, Deb. Deb's here. Hi, Deb. How you doing? There's not a whole lot of people in here. Trade Intuition, Bingo Bango, JB, Hulk Smash. I see you. But that's okay. We'll keep our family small and tight. Much better that way. OC, show the family what's on the Bitcoin chart, would you? Thanks.
Absolutely. So looking at Bitcoin, by the way, let me just get rid of this because this was called out yesterday. Let me just lock it and hide it. Yesterday we were talking about, 2 days ago, we were talking about this re-entry, right? So we have our breakout retest, secondary retest if you did not cut the first one, and pump it up. So we were talking about this rejection, and yesterday we were talking about also about taking some profits. So guys, we should be already not on very high profits, but also safe and sound, right? Right now, remember, we were also expecting for some pullbacks, and I just want to remind you guys that, for example, Grass, we had the same pullback, so we should be already into a trade. But I'm gonna get to this afterward in the meme coin section. Nonetheless, the same thing happened right here on Bitcoin. So let's bring that up as I move it out of the way. So here it is. And we have our entry at the flip of the ribbon coming back up. If you are a little late in here, make sure that and you want to jump in, I say that you can still jump in here, right? It's not the end of the world. You're gonna be buying high, but still you're gonna be buying the breakout. Important when you buy this kind of breakouts, most likely you're gonna have another retest or something like that before a continuation upwards. But also you can have, like a double top like this and a continuation upwards, especially since right now chart price chart is showing us right here a trend line. Right, so just be careful when you're trading this. If you did not cut the lower pump, I think you are still in time to get this continuation pump. All right, important. How far of a run up we still have, I don't know, but seems like we are in a moderate zone, and that is because then we have the next high in here. So my possible target will be somewhere around 117 before we have a significant pullback. All right, so just keep your eyes peeled. We are below the zero line, but we're trying to push through, right? Something that I don't like about Bitcoin right now, it is the money flow. Money flow is being a little bit flat, right? Despite we are being keep pushing it, that sort of like wants to create it does not creating it, all right, but it kind of like wants to create a divergence with money flow, because money flow is just not having that punch. And well then, let me adjust my camera there. Look at that. I mean, nothing is more permanent than a quick fix that works, right? I heard that yesterday. I was like, hey, yeah, my camera, man. I'm never fixing that shit up. All right. So, talking about that, look at our consolidation score. It is 8, almost till 10. Remember, the consolidation score says that we are consolidating, and yes, we are. We're highly consolidating, but also tells us that we are at the end of that consolidation, which means we can still have the chance to a breakout. And what is a breakout? It is right here or right there. But I would say that we're pumping because we're heading to that zero line. Yes, zero line, it is a rejection zone, but I believe in this case, there we go, we might have that small rejection, if you will, and then a continuation upwards like we did right there. So just again, use a stop loss, please. And that is because this can turn around really quickly because dynamic reactor is all the way down there. In the meantime, if you took this previous trade right here, guys, it's time to be taking more than a half out, right? So other than that, turn it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Appreciate it, man. So yeah, let's go talk about I want to get into the Michigan consumer sentiment in a minute. Let's go talk about the metrics over there on Into the Cryptoverse, because we're back over 4 trillion. We're going to break down the news. Then we'll take a look and see what alt season could look like for some alts with OC. Guys, just stick around. It's Friday. We're going to be chill today, and we're just going to talk through some data and talk about speculation. That's what we're going to do today. So awesome. Appreciate everyone. You moved your camera and now you're off on everything, OC.
Oh, don't worry. I got you. There it
Okay,
is. Look
there
at
we go.
that.
There we go. OC, back. Hold the line. Get back on your spot. X. I'm gonna put an X below your
All right,
chair.
yes,
Don't
sir.
move your chair. All right, let's go jump over to the news, man. Yeah, cool. Looking at the news. Let's talk about the news, guys. Right now, into the Cryptoverse metrics, we're sitting at $4.019 trillion on the crypto market cap total. Trend on this is sitting at $4.343 trillion, so we're currently still undervalued according to the metrics by 7.44%. Of course, once we break above that red line, guys, we tend to have either, as we've seen this cycle, a very limited pump above it, or in last cycles, way above that fair value. So we'll see what that looks like when we get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, as they say. Looking at the Bitcoin risk bands right now, we're at 54.8% right now. That's still a 2x DCA. And if you guys haven't done your DCA this week, weekends have been the best time. Let me show you. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up here for you. There we go. Best day to DCA. Let's go here, and then we're going to make this separated out to for just this cycle. We're going to go back to Start this in 2024. We'll go January 2024, January 1st, 2024 to current. Is it the 12th? It is. So yeah, Sunday and Tuesdays are the best days to DC, two best days to DCA. Of course, you can see Wednesday we get top out and then it just comes down. This is based on how much it moved after the DCA from to the one of the moving averages, the 7-day simple moving average. So as the default, but yeah, Sunday. So guys, if you haven't DCA'd from Monday, your best day was Tuesday, according to this, and then Sunday will be your next best day. So keep that in mind. If you have not done your DCA, that is what you should be looking at. Looking at Bitcoin dominance right now with stable coins, we're at 57.48%. Take the stable coins away, we're still at 61.75. Bitcoin dominance, while it is sliding down, is holding decently strong when you don't include the stable coins. Alt season, this is on the thumbnail. Let's talk about it. Latest value 73.91. It is currently neither Bitcoin nor altcoin season yet. Altcoins with an ROI greater than Bitcoin is at 34, less than Bitcoin is at 15, is continuing to go down. And of course, for those that don't know, this only looks at the top 50 altcoins. This is why I said, look, if we're going to have this alt season, just take a look at the top 50. You're going to be much safer that way, in my opinion. Not financial advice. Alt season index is defined as the amount of the top 50 altcoins that have a 90-day return on investment greater than Bitcoin, divided by the amount of altcoins used in the index, 50 in this case, and then they multiply that times 100. 75% of those altcoins having a greater ROI than Bitcoin. That indicates it is alt season. And so if you take a look right now, we have passed all of that threshold level sitting down here, and we are now moving into the red box. That is altcoin season, according to Into the Cryptoverse methodology. Let's go over and check out Bitcoin Fear and Greed. Right now, we are at 57, sitting in greed. Everyone's feeling greedy again. So Ethereum, greedy also, 57. That's all we have there on X marks the spot today. I've been kind of avoiding X lately. It's just too much stuff going on there. A lot of hatred in the world, man. Be kind to others, be kind to yourself, as Alexander G would say. Ada Ace, he said, buy more. Buy more, he says. He's talking about World Mobile Token. And buy World Mobile Token. That's what he's talking about. I knew it. All I had to do was scroll up and see it there. What's up, Ada Ace? How you doing today, bro? Looking at the liquidations in the past 24 hours, 105,177 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $279.05 million. Largest single liquidation order was on Bybit. It was a $3.11 million liquidation on a Bitcoin trade. Let's go talk about the TradFi side. I want to refresh this, make sure we've got this nice and locked in. There we go. Perfect. There we go. All right. So looking at US here, US TradFi, Dow Jones, and the S&P, pretty flat. Dow Jones down about 0.25%. S&P is down 0.02, 0.02%. So nothing to write home there about, nothing to run to the hills for. But NASDAQ is up about 0.2%. Russell 2K down about 0.5%. And the volatility index, kind of chilling. It's just flat and unchanged right now. Overnight markets for Europe, pretty green, except for the DAX. Asia overall, Shanghai in the red, everything else green. It's 50, Japan markets, all that. Take a look at the bonds. Can't stay down there for very long. 10-year yield coming back up. It's at 4.06. Of course, 4.2 was what we could not get a break beneath before. We are at least sitting at 4.0 right now. It does look like we do have a little bit of a range here in this 4-point flat, right? So bonds not looking horrible right now. It is staying down, but slightly green today. Let's talk about gold. Coming in on $3,700 right now, $3,689, up about 0.43% today. Silver up 1.5%, sitting at $42.80. I still think $50 silver is inbound. I think $4,000 gold is inbound. Platinum and palladium, both in the upside today. The only thing down on the precious metal side, it would be copper. What else? Crypto bubbles. Let's talk about that. Bitcoin currently up 1.1% on the daily right now. Ethereum is up 3.5%. XRP up 2.2%. Solana moved up to the number 5 position here, guys, moving up one spot on the crypto market cap, up 6.4% on the daily at 241 right now. Other big movers, Dogecoin up 6.6. Chainlink up 4.3, still sitting underneath $25, very far off from $800. If you know, you know. Hyperliquid up 4.7%. That's that native token there. And then what else? Sui is up slightly. Stellar Lumens. Avalanche is actually down today in the red. H-bar got a nice little move, 3.2% on some news of some ETF data out there, I guess. That's what's happened there. And then Litecoin moving up one spot to number 19, up 1.3%. That rounds out your top 20. Since we're talking about top 50, let's go see what top 50 looks like here. Why we want to include beyond that 20 when we're looking at alt season, right? Quote unquote. D Jenny from the blockchain. Good morning. What's up? How you doing there, man? Good to see you here. When you look at this, we got Ondo. It's actually up 7.7. Meme Core, OC. That's I don't even know what that is. It's up 14.1%. I don't even know. I don't even know what the hell that is. World Token. There you go. World Token. If you're wanting to get in on this, it's up 79.6% on the weekly. It's got a little pullback, 2.7%. So, oh, no, wait, that's the wrong one. World Token. It's down 1.9%. So if you're looking to pick up World Token like ADA Ace is talking about over there, this might be your chance. Got a little bit of a pullback. Still in the top 50, so it meets the requirements. MYX Finance up 7.3%, guys. I personally am not interested in touching MYX at all. Why? Because it's a Binance coin and they do a lot of manipulation with their stuff. I'm just not interested in being somebody else's exit liquidity. There's enough solid projects up here like Ondo for me to grab at, right? World Token. Oh, that's not World Mobile. That's World Token. That is not World Mobile Token. That is World Token. Totally separate thing. That's the one that collects all your data. ADA Ace. ADA Ace. Square me away here, man. World Mobile Token. What number is World Mobile Token at, Ada? World Mobile Token. What number is it on the market cap? Do you know? I don't know. Have to look and see. Have to look and see. Let's see. It's probably in the top 200. That's what I would think. World Mobile Token. WMTX. I think it's here. I'm watching. Two different things. Yep. Yeah, I realized that. I said World Token. Yeah, World Mobile Token. Where is that at? World Mobile Token. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where it's at on here on this list. I'm probably passing right by it. But yeah, World Mobile Token, we'll take a look and see where that's at on the list later on. But I think it's in the top 200. I'm not sure it's down there in the top 50. So here, let's do this. WMTX. If only there was a way to, oh, it's number 250. 250. There we go. This would be one of those very small cap tokens to get into, I guess. It's up 4.1% on the daily. Not bad. 20.3%. Slow, steady, healthy grind up. Sure. Why not? And I know that this is part of the Cardano. It's connected to the Cardano ecosystem. It's for cell phones all around the world. So, nope. Yep. It's 250. ADA Ace. So, yeah, but just watch the top 50 for the alt season. If you want to reach down into some of those other ones, just keep in mind higher risk, higher reward, right? So it doesn't take that much to go in there. You can put $10 into something that's a high risk, high reward and only risk $10 and it still outperforms something you put $100 in. So that's what we have there in the crypto bubbles. Moving over and taking a look at this Michigan consumer sentiment, guys. Came in. We were at, whoa, they said, yeah, we don't even want to give you the data anymore. There we go. It was at 58.2. They thought it would be slightly down, 58, 57, guys. It came in at 55.4. What does this mean? Let's go talk about it. Matter of fact, we'll bring it up here and we'll get OC up here with us before we go in on these altcoins. OC. So I put all this data into ChatGPT. So break all this down for me. We're going to do something called the bluff. It's the bottom line up front. It's a military thing. Shout out to Crypto Billy. It's a military thing. Looking at this, bottom line up front, consumers are worried, especially outside the wealthy bracket. Tariffs and sticky inflation are the main culprits. If this trend continues, it signals weaker spending ahead, and that is bearish for growth and risk assets unless inflation forces people into hard assets like gold and Bitcoin. Let me rephrase that. Let me repeat that. And that is bearish for growth and risk assets unless inflation forces people into hard assets like gold and Bitcoin. Okay. Do you want me to build you a chart? No, I don't want you to build me a chart. I want you to break down the details for me. Let's do that. So what happened? Consumer sentiment dropped. University of Michigan's consumer sentiment index fell to 55.4 in September 2025, today, from 58 in August. That's worse than expected. Markets thought it would stay around 58. It was the lowest since May. This is the second straight monthly decline. We can see that here when we go in, take a look at it. We've been coming down since actually July. May went up and then we came back down again. So, let's take a look at the rest of that data. So the lowest since May, second straight monthly decline, showing people are feeling shakier about the economy. Who gets hit the hardest? The lower and middle income households who saw the biggest drop in confidence. Basically, people that are living paycheck to paycheck, grinding right now, probably at the job listening in. They're the ones who are getting hit the hardest by the economy and the effects of it right now. So obviously their sentiment is going to be the one that fires off, right? And sees that worry wall, right? Durable goods, cars, appliances, and furnitures. Surprisingly, buying conditions improved a bit on those. Everything else weakened. Concerns are rising over jobs. We've talked about that. Business conditions, which means jobs, and inflation. Personal finances, people's view of their own money situation dropped by 8%. Tariffs, about 60% of the respondents say that tariffs are the problem. They're seeing higher prices on the imported goods. Current conditions index fell slightly from 61.2 to 61.7. And then the 1 year inflation expectations, 1 year ahead, people are stuck at 4.8%. That is where people think inflation is going to be sitting at on a majority of their goods 1 year from now. 5 years from now, jumped again to 3.9 from 3.5. So people are thinking it's going to stay higher longer, much longer. Why it matters: confidence equals spending. When consumers feel worse, they tend to spend less. Since the U.S. economy is about 70% consumer spending, this is a major red flag, in my opinion, not just a red flag. And then durable goods uptick is odd. Usually when confidence is weak, big ticket purchases get delayed. This could be pent up demand or people pulling forward purchases before the prices get even higher. They're FOMOing in on durable goods overall. So the market, so what? Bonds, rising long-term inflation expectations could push the yields up. Stocks, weak sentiment equals weaker consumer spending outlook. That means the stock market is probably going to see some sell-off from this. And then crypto, at risk assets like Bitcoin tend to get pulled down if consumer confidence sours and recession fears rise. But if tariffs plus sticky inflation pushes stagflation fears, some investors could turn to Bitcoin as a hedge against fiat weakness. And that's I'm just going to leave it there because I think that's the most important thing that we can really talk about today. I mean, obviously we have the rate hike coming up next week. Rate cut, I should say, not rate hike. No rate hike, rate cut. Right now, we're looking at a 92.4% chance right now of 25 basis points. We're down to 7.6% chance of a 50 basis point rate cut. And that's really what would worry me. We need a rate cut. I think if we did a 50 basis point rate cut, I think that would trigger, would signal something way more nefarious on the horizon, aka recession. So if we're going to pull this off, we need to stay at 25 basis points, just in my humble opinion. But right now, that Michigan consumer sentiment is showing a lot of worry out there in the markets, and that's okay. That's okay. All you got to do, go to Discord every Monday, look at your dollar cost average plan, and drive forward. That's it. No worries for the rest of our days. There you go. It's a problem-free philosophy. The Piper plan. All right, OC. What do you got for us, man? Let's go take a look at some altcoins. Oh, wait. I want to go to Bitcoin first. I am just all over the freaking place today, folks. I'm sorry about that.
It's Friday. It's Friday.
It's Friday, man. I'm just chilling, bro. I'm just chilling. Let's go over here and let me get this down. I want to pull that off. There we go. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Weekly. Can we go to weekly? Perfect. And we're going to come here and then we're going to pull the chart down. We're just going to talk about this for 1 second. Then we're going to go check out gold and, all the altcoins that you guys can buy for alt season. It's like a shopping spree with OC. So come over here and let's check this out. Guys, at the end of the day, we gave you the line in the sand. Gave you the line in the sand a month ago and said, there's one, there's two. Two has actually moved up now. So even if we pull back, we're looking at a higher level here now. There we go. Looking at 95.8. We told you, as long as this holds, we're looking at higher, and I'm looking at like 150,000. So where do we hold? In the box. Perfectly. So that's all I got to say about that. Join us here every Monday through Friday. We talk about these levels. They're long term. I know they're not as exciting and sexy as 3-minute trading. Okay. I leave that to Alex O. But if you want steady, consistent levels for long-term investment moves, might be watching Piper Academy every morning to get that. I'm just saying. OC, what do you got for us on altcoins? Let's talk about those. Let's do that. Altcoins. Let's talk about it. This guy on YouTube that does that. I love his stuff. His content is great. He just breaks down TikTok videos. That's all he does all day long and reacts to them and then talks about it. Like, watch this video. And then he goes, I can't disagree with that. That's one of my pet. Like, dude, it's 300,000 views. But yeah, he starts every show off with altcoins. Let's talk about it.
Love it. Talking about, as Piper mentioned, in the box. All right, so let's go and take a look at things like are in the box. So
I got
something
my bounce
that
in the
is
box.
in the box. What is it?
I got my bounce in the box.
There you go. So talking about the art in the box, XAU, man, gold is breaking out throughout the flag. It haven't broke out this high, right? It created pivot. It's not about the breakout. It's about the miniature retest, right? We have a retest, and just so you know, this is a little DCA because I don't want to mess up my entry from it was not right there. It was somewhere around here, right? So I mean, still got a little bit of buffering. I still did other 2 entries in here, so I'm kicking my promedio. Man, that's Spanish. My average somewhere around 3,200 ish, 3,300 ish, right? So I'm being careful. Where am I adding my come on, I'm just thinking Spanish today. My average buys, right? My DCA entries, and this is just a little bit of a small one. Why? Because we're breaking through, we're flagging out, and we create a pivot. Why is the deal with that pivot, right? And why did I just also create this trend line? Because it creates a megaphone. That megaphone is not good for the price action. We could still come back and roll over. If we start hitting this price action, when I'm going to start adding an alert, which is basically coming back to the trend line and then breaking it. All right, so my stop loss should be inside that box. And well, I'm gonna just basically sell out what I bought in here and call it out for a loss. All right, but other than that, I'm gonna keep watching it gold. I think it can keep going up. But this flag out, I think, well, it is one of those opportunities. We have flag out once, twice, and this is the third time. Well, I know the third time is the charm, but still, we are breaking to the upside, pushing it here. And that was exactly what we were looking for, right? The only thing that we're missing, it is volume matrix pushing upwards. But I think that could be fixed after the weekend. So just hold up your horses there if you want to jump in right now, and maybe to Monday, you might have a slightly bit better entry on gold. Let's go check out a couple of meme coins. Grass, I've been just so anticipating this entry from Grass. By the way, I just entered in the beginning of the show. Just so you know, I was expecting a flag out instead of a flag out and sweep of the lows. We had a full-fledged retracement. How far can we go? Well, all the way to dynamic reactor. Then why am I going for an anticipated long one? Because I've been waiting for this for so long, and I'm sort of like bending slightly my rules, right? And the second one, it is because we are getting closer to the zero line, and we still have some money flow. If we start seeing that money flow curving back up, and well, I do have steady volumetrics, I think we can come maybe even in here to then bounce back up. But remember, we have an entry box in here. All right, so that is the next Y. I jumped in, and I have my grass. There we go, alert ringing. So there's three things, 3 points of confluence. They're not the biggest points of confluence out there, but this is a quarter of an entry, anticipated entry right here. So we'll see how that goes. And so far, just so you know, that I had entered at the beginning of the week. So I'm going to set my alert for taking profits, which they already set at 0.9. And my next alert to taking profits is going to be right here at 0.93. And finally, my trailing setup is going to be at 0.98. So, yep, that's what I got so far. And, well, let's continue into something different. Like, for example, CR freaking V just don't want to roll over. We've been just trying to get this thing to dump, and it just doesn't. All right, so some important areas are this box. Let me see if I have locked it. All right, let's lock it and clean this up. All right, the bullish scenario was breakout retest continuation, right? And we are flagging out in here. We have a goose head, which means slight retracement for then a further continuation and then big retracement. So we're still within plan B. This is one of our possible areas of entry. Be warned, we are right here against the course with this trend line. So let's either wait for a little bit more of that range, or coming up or coming down to dynamic reactor, which I believe that's what's going to happen. And finally, a breakout, and that breakout might be with force because we have a confluence zone in here, right? Breakout, retest, continuation up. All right. In the meantime, what I'm gonna be going for, it is again an anticipated entry. That is because my goose head, guys, this increases a lot, the risk that I'm taking. All right. And I'm willing to take this risk because we talked about this yesterday. Right now, we've been hitting those 90-ish win rate percentages, right? Quick warning, guys, and I talked about this yesterday. Right now, we're hitting one of our highest, one of my highest rates. But overall, in my trading career, I'm between the 80-ish, 75-ish% win rate. All right. That means that I'm pushing it to the high. That doesn't mean that we cannot keep it, but also it's not realistic to think that we're going to keep going to 100% win rate and sustain that over time, right? Therefore, that also means that I have a pretty penny on my pocket. I've been collecting some of those sweet cash. All right. So I have enough extra cash right here to take the risk on this entry. All right. So out of the way that I'm going to be calling out right here for long. My stop loss is going to be right below this support area. No wiggle room because that is going to completely mess up my win reward first taking profits. All right, and my second TP is going to be there. So for taking profits, it's going to be TP number 1, TP number 2, and maybe somewhere in the middle I might add another one in here. And if that is the case, this one is gonna become a trailing scenario. All right, so this is the setup for right now. Let me actually push it in here, and my entry might be slightly different because I'm gonna wait for the end of the show to actually execute that entry. Hopefully it doesn't leave me alone or leave me away, right? Talking about Chainlink. All right, Chainlink has breakout with strength. We have a goose head. I'm not going to be taking Chainlink, and that is because we don't even have a trend line retracement here, right? And for me, that's important. I mean, even if we just burst to whatever price, I mean, even if we get to 27 or whatever, I mean, I'm not going to be jumping in here, and despite I do have a goose head, and that is because the retracement I'm having is just not big enough, or it's not being long enough. All right, so I want to still wait for maybe a couple of candles. What I'm going to be going for, it is a trend line entry like this, and then aiming for this trend line to first lock it, and secondary at an alert. Guys, important, since we already have a couple of loans open, do not push your wallet to the limit. All right, just take the ones that you like or the ones that look the best setups for you. I'm not even going to be taking all of the altcoins that we talked about yesterday and today. So I'm gonna be showing you, for example, Dogecoin. Right, Dogecoin. I'm not gonna be taking Dogecoin, but right now we're breaking through, right, and that will be a break of structure continuation trade. So I'm not going to be taking Dodge, and that is because it did not have its retracement. All right. Although I think that we can still push all the way to 28 cents. I'm not going to be taking that one, and that is because I'm getting at the limit of or how many open positions I can get with my current wallet. Now going for Ethereum, we are already hitting some highs. I'm looking for the retracement. The retracement is that I'm expecting is going to be right here, somewhere around. There we go. Let me point this out at 4,494. And if that hits, I'm going to be very happy jumping in with a long. All right. As long as I am just not plummeting all the way down, that is because I'm starting to have some positive money flow. And so far, oh well, I still have AERO. So Aerodrome. We already have an entry here for the retracement. Same opening this entry just right now before the show. This is another risky entry, and that is because look at where we have our trend line. We don't have a full retracement, but we have almost a full goose hit, right? So that's what I'm aiming at. The resistance, I should be a little bit lower, but in that case, I think, well, I want to be pushing a little bit more risk. In fact, it doesn't look that bad. So count with me moving my stop to 1.18. All right. So this is what we got so far. Areas of exit right here at 134. And then let me mark them in here, 134. The next one's going to be all the way up here. And that is going to be it. I'm going to be calling out this trade because I don't really think that we're going to get here. I think we're going to do something like that. All right. So be patient and we'll enter at your confirmation, guys. So turning it back to you, Piper.
Awesome. Shout out to French Toaster. Shout out to Calvin Lamont. He texted me on my phone. He said, "Hey, where's my shout out?" And happy belated birthday to Calvin Lamont also. I saw that on Facebook yesterday. So happy birthday, bro. Alex O Crypto in the house with us. I appreciate that. And then Dutchy said, "I'm lurking. Smash the like, subscribe. Yep, if you guys haven't done so, smash that like. We appreciate it. Helps us out immensely, guys." And then also, I saw French Toaster said something about Rick's wifey's boyfriend person. If you guys see him in here, we want to get rid of that person. No offense, but it creeps out wifey, and Mr. Wick does not like it. So, and we take care of our community. So, whoever that is, sayonara. Have a good one. So yeah, I just got this offer, OC. I'm torn on this, man. I got to show you this. I got this email, and I got everything hidden here so you can't see it, but sorry for the flashbang. There you go. Carnival Cruise wants me to take another cruise. They offered me a transatlantic cruise offer. I got to show you this. I get a free balcony room. Okay. $1,000 fun play credit, which means I have $1,000 for in the casino. Drink package on them, right? Plus premium Wi-Fi, leaving out of Galveston, Texas, February 16th for 15 days, okay? Let's go take a look at this, and I want to show you. There we go. Get that out of here. 15-day transatlantic from Galveston, okay? Let's look at the itinerary. It leaves out of Galveston. It goes 2, 3, 4, and 5 fun days at sea. So we're at transatlantic. It's a move to Europe, right? We go to Bermuda on day 6, and then we have more days at sea, and then we do Gibraltar, and then Malaga. I guess that's Spain's oldest city. For my Spanish speaker, okay. Alicante,
Malaga.
and then Barcelona is where we arrive to, and then we'd have to obviously fly home. Really cool cruise, guys. Look at the price on this thing: $250 per person for the drink package, the balcony room, yeah, premium Wi-Fi, $250. Problem is, it's February. I'm on a 2-week cruise in December in Europe, the river cruise for the Christmas markets. I'm in a 2-week cruise in January in the Caribbean in the Haven for Norwegian. I can't turn around in February and do a 2-week cruise to Europe. First of all, if I did that cruise, I would have to turn around and stay, and I'm not just going to take a cruise across the transatlantic to Barcelona, Spain, and then just get on a plane and come back. I want a week there. So we're talking like 3 weeks plus. After 2 weeks in December, 2 weeks in January, and then 3 weeks in February. My dog, I can't. My dog, here's why. Number one reason of why Piper can't take this cheap vacation right there. My dog. So that's why, man, I can't. But it's an amazing deal. They just keep throwing these things at me like, hey, here, Caesars rewards. They keep sending me offers to send me to is it Lake Havasu? Not Lake Havasu. What's the other casino lake that they have? Anyway, one of those other places that they have out there. It might be Lake Havasu. But anyway, they want me the airfare for 2 round trip plus 4 nights free stay. And I just keep pushing it away. No, they do those offers. So this offer is from the casino. It's because I gamble a lot. Who knew I had gambler tendencies? Welcome to Piper Academy. It's because I gamble a lot. So, but this is the transatlantic. They typically do this because they do certain seasons in the Caribbean, and then they set up to do certain seasons in the Mediterranean and stuff like that. So they move back and forth. So can't leave the house, man. Can't leave the house. Gypsy's more important than a transatlantic cruise for $250 per person. So I don't know. Maybe one of these times I'll get those, and I'll either like tell you, hey, tell MJ, get up here. We're sending Amy and MJ on a cruise, or we have them stay at home and with the pets, and OC and I take a cruise together. I'm just saying, there's some options here, OC.
Let's go. I was about to say, hey, they don't know what the F they're doing, giving Piper $1,000 in credit for the casino. Piper,
no,
you told me
I will
this story
turn that
before,
into more money.
What happened last time that you were in a casino on a cruise?
I hit a jackpot. Yeah, I hit a jackpot. And I did it in Vegas too. I did it in Vegas, and I did it on the cruise ship, and I did it at Windstar. So yeah, I tend to hit those jackpots. But if I don't, so what I do is I go to a machine, and I will play a machine. And then when I get down a little bit, I'll take my money. I'll go over to blackjack, make my money back, and then I go back to the machine. And so I tend to restock my money spent on the slot machine odds at blackjack, because blackjack is systematic, it's mathematical, it's statistical, and it's odds, and I do well in that world. So but yeah, Piper still doesn't understand. All of his neighbors started a crowd to get rid of him for as long as possible. No, my neighbors like me. I actually, true story, we have borders being put around our flower beds and trees out front in the walkway and all this stuff with pavers, and it's looking really nice out there. And while they were working on it, my yard guy was here because he's plugging grass. He's putting grass plugs. I kind of need some up here on my head, but he's putting grass plugs in the yard to get the grass to grow, because the people that lived here before did not take great care of it, of their yard. They were going through a divorce, and they were separated, and their give a damn level was just on that bottom level. So anyway, lady stopped by and she goes, "Oh, putting grass in here?" And he's like, "Yeah, they're trying to get the yard." And she's like, "I am so happy to see someone live in this house that cares about the yard." This house was the eyesore of the neighborhood. So now my neighbors like me, Dutchie. So that got to take care of things. Pride in home, I call that, pride in home. So all right, OC, you got anything else to go over, man? I think we pretty much went over what everyone needs to know. It's Friday, guys. We're going to have some low volume this weekend. Chance of a pullback. But here's my mentality. If it pumps, what I've already invested is going to make more money, and that I can feed a winner, right? We feed winners, right? If it starts to pull back, it just gives me an opportunity for my next DCA to be even better. So I don't care, up or down, up or down. I know I'm investing in the right stuff. I'm not going all in. I'm not aping in all at once. I'm just patient, methodical, loading. Millionaire in the making right now. Loading. We're working on it. So that's all there is today, guys. I appreciate everyone here. You guys, if you got anything out of today's show, please smash the like button. And if you got anyone out there that you're like, look, crypto don't have to be scary. There's a process to it called the Piper Plan. Share it with that friend. Sharing is caring. We appreciate everyone. Also, you can come back and leave comments on the video. If you're watching this afterwards, drop a comment down below. I'll respond back to you. I typically do. But OC, what do you got for people on the way out, man?
Guys, just a quick warning. Weekend is coming. Low volume, as Piper mentioned, and all of our entries, just in case you didn't know, they are 1 quarter entries, right? So we're not pushing full entries at this point. Market's a little shaky. You see how we've been pumping again, dumping, right? So it's just a mess all around. And that's because all of the new data that is coming out, right? And then people trying to fix economy, well, then rate cuts and so on and so forth. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, keep it cheap. All right, keep it cheap. So quarter effort entries, if you want to jump in, nothing major. Manage your leverage. I'm doing maximum 10x, average of 5x, right? So we're not trying to become millionaires from one day to another. We want to add to our bags to do the DCA. DCA is the way, all right? So that's basically what I wanted to push right now to our people.
Awesome. Shout out to Trader Tuition. Shout out to JR. Shout out to Lunar Beaches Crypto. He said, if the baby poops, big dump coming. That means there's always a big dump coming. He's got a brand new baby. Congratulations to you and the Mrs. Beaches, Mrs. Lunar. Appreciate you guys being here, guys. We will be back here next week, Monday morning at 10 a.m. Don't forget, tune in tonight to trade. You're doing the gaming session tonight, right? Are you doing trade setups and... You're doing both. Trade setups with OC at 8 p.m. And then he's going to be doing gaming and trading tonight. What time is that? 10?
Right after the show. I take a 1 hour break. Ask for some snacks. And
so 10 Eastern Standard Time, gaming and trading. Make sure you guys are all here for that. And then Good Morning Crypto on Monday morning. We'll be back at 10 a.m. Until then, guys, trade safe. Use risk management. Go check your Piper Plan. That all comes out again on Monday. You're still in effect from this last Monday. And trade safe. Guys, that's the important part. This weekend, spend some time with your loved ones. Watch the volume. It's going to get you. It'll get you every time. And we'll catch you guys Monday morning. Peace, love, profits. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. See you guys then. Bye.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
They don't
one.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out.
Boom shakalaka.
We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report out. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
That was awesome, dude.
Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?